Welcome, fellow watch lovers. Today we're looking at the San Martin SN0128-G with the red bezel. So we'll talk about the specifications here. We have a matte black dial, printed logo, and text. You have indices and hands that are surrounded by a rose gold color. We have a ceramic bezel insert, 120 click unidirectional bezel. We have a 5-link bracelet on here, 316L stainless steel case and bracelet. You have a crystal that does extend slightly out of the case, slightly domed, I would say, very, very slightly. Get a little bit closer look at the dial here, face of the watch. The sides of the case are brushed. The side of the bracelet is polished. You have brushing on the top of the lugs. There is the polished chamfer. We have a bit of a coin edge bezel on here that does protrude out of the side of the case. San Martin hex logo on the crown, as well as the San Martin hex logo on bracelet clasp. As it is expected for 5-link bracelets, the outer links are brushed and the center links are polished. Clasp is the new style with on-the-fly adjustment. So you have a little push button where you can push it to extend bracelet out and then push it back in where it will lock into place. Tolerances, as you can expect from San Martin, seem very good. The folder clasp is made to high standard, has a good click into place, and the pushers feel solid. 5-link style bracelets can tend to feel a bit loose. These feel like it's in pretty good tolerances. Yes, it does have normal play, but it's not that jangly feel that you dread on a low-cost piece. And the bracelet is very, very comfortable. It's well finished. The edges feel, rounded off to me. They're not sharp like you'll see on some pieces, or at least they're not sharp to the point where it would be of a concern. I haven't taken the plastic off of the bracelet yet, as I sometimes wear that for a little while, just protecting against scratches as I wear it during the day and at a desk and keyboard and mouse and that type of thing. I've seen this clasp before, so I know we have the brush top, polished chamfers on the sides. The ends are a little bit different than some of the other San Martin clasps you may be used to, where it has a beveled edge on each of these ends. This one does not, which is also in line with, if you've seen my Pelagos review of either one of these, they're done the same way. And that's the style, the old style by comparison here. They're now longer, but it has the on-the-fly adjustment piece. So the bezel really does feel amazing. This may be one of the best bezels that I've ever seen. The alignment on mine is very, very slightly off, but not to the point that I would be concerned about it. Let's take a look at some of the measurements of the piece, because I think that this actually differs from what the specifications are listed as. So I believe they say this is a 40 millimeter watch, but you can see that the bezel itself clearly is above that. It does hang off the edge. Maybe they were just measuring the case itself. And it's also just over 12 millimeters thick. The lug to lug is around 49 millimeters, and bracelet's going to be around 20 millimeters if you're using a strap, a replacement strap, and then tapers down to just under 16, and then back up to 18, about 18 and a half. Thought it'd be appropriate to give some comparison here. In terms of size, we have a Burgundy design watch with aluminum bezel here on the right. It is thicker. It is larger overall. You're dealing with 22 millimeter bracelet on the right, and then the 20 millimeter on the left. We have an aluminum bezel insert here, ceramic bezel insert on the left. And one of the things on this one that I think you're going to have a lot of people commenting on is the color of the bezel for the San Martin, perhaps being a little too red, and would be preferable to be more burgundy color, such as the one that's on the right. I don't have any problem with the gray subtle text that's on the San Martin, but red color, I think it'd be nice if it was a little bit deeper and richer, and then perhaps more in the burgundy versus pure red spectrum. Effective on sizes, we have the Plagos Homage here, which comes in a smaller diameter, and then even smaller than that is the SN004 here on the right, and also the comparison to the GMT. Also gives you some idea of the difference in color on the red. Overall, I really like this homage. Original has yellow gold around the indices and the hands, and I tend to prefer the rose gold on this. Gives it a little bit more of a subtle look to it, kind of that little bit of the vintage feel. I do appreciate the fact that it has ceramic, so it has more durable bezel, though I do wish the color on here was, as stated before, darker and more burgundy. Stylistically, the Jubilee bracelet, it certainly works, feels incredibly functional, though it also, I'm not sure that I would say that the shininess of it matches the watch quite as well as maybe if they'd put on 3-link with rivet bracelet, something like that. I did want it because of the variation sort of in the collection. This was my first San Martin with the 5-link on it. All my other ones have a 3-link bracelet. I certainly appreciate that aspect of this piece. The dimensions are very good. I do think that they really should have gone for an actual 40 millimeter sizing on the bezel, but the case thickness is excellent. I think that the top piece ends up feeling a little bit heavy on the Jubilee, given the size, and again, that probably would have been helped if they went down to the 39 or 40 millimeter on this piece. So to me, the top feels a little bit heavy on the wrist compared to the bottom, and sort of the lightness of the 5-link bracelet and how that worked. It doesn't feel bad necessarily, but I do think it's an area that could have been slightly better on this piece compared to some other pieces. So we have BGW9 Super Luminova on the hands and indices, so it does glow blue. It is well applied across the board, exactly what I expect on the San Martin. The pip is also loomed. The indices on the bezel insert are not loomed, and we have an N835 movement inside, and the crown action is excellent. Because it is an NH35 and we have the symmetrical dial, that means you do have the ghost tape position, but Move does hack and hand wind, and I always think that the NH35 is the right choice in all these San Martin watches. I certainly highly recommend this one if you like the bezel insert color and you're looking for a watch that has a Jubilee bracelet with the adjustable clasp. It's certainly hard to go wrong with this one. It's very well made. It looks great, punches above the price point, and is just overall a very nice piece, like we come to expect from St. Martin. If you're thinking about picking up this piece, I do have an affiliate link below, and that helps the channel tremendously. And I hope that the review is helpful. And if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe to the channel.